President of the NRAI, Mr. Samir Kukreja, Mr. Atul Singh, Vikram Bakshi, Mr. Singhal, members of the Restaurants Association of India, representatives of the media, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to be in your midst today for the release of India Food Service Report. Listening to the previous speakers, it was a crash course to know about how this industry is evolving and how it has grown over the years. All of us have seen many changes during our own life's journey, particularly in this sector. As young students, when you didn't have enough money and this country was not industrially and economically that strong and advanced as it is in the 21st century, it was a different ecosystem, different environment where we lived, but the availability of food was never an issue. People needed to eat then as well as today. Only thing is that the production consumption patterns have also changed. But in particular, I would say that this industry has seen dramatic changes with the other major changes that Indian economy has seen after the liberalization and the opening up of the Indian economy. When we became more integrated with the world which was getting increasingly globalized, with more exchange, people coming into India, investing in our economy in diverse sectors, and our own people, entrepreneurs, industrialists, stepping out and investing abroad. And over the last 2.5 decades, the changes have been significant enough and they are reflected in every walk of life, in every city, town, not only in the metropolis, the big cities of Delhi, Mumbai, Calcutta, or Bangalore, Hyderabad, but even in Tier 2 and Tier 3 towns. Now we have the benefit as a country, given our diversity, given our culture, given our traditions, that we have perhaps one of the richest, not in caloric sense alone, but one of the richest and most diverse of cuisines in the world. When you think of various continents, you will not find a country which will come anywhere near India when it comes to the diversity or the kind of recipes. It's not only the diversity of the cuisine, but the recipes. But with the restaurants coming up, the competition is there, and some of the problems which you have listed definitely do exist when you travel from one state to another, the cumbersome procedures, the delays. But yet the industry as such has grown. It's again true that the number of licenses which businesses have to apply, not only restaurants, hotels, but various other businesses, and the approvals, and the delays in particular, though things are much better today in many of the sectors, as they were maybe even 5 years ago or 10 years ago. Because with the new technologies, many of the major institutions are e-enabled and e-empowered, and the human interface is reduced to bare minimum, wherever perhaps it is unavoidable. And that should be happening when it comes to approvals or filing of applications. That will cut out not only delays, but also transaction costs, that when you go physically, you drive a car, you consume petrol or diesel, you waste your time. And delays are also painful in another respect. Somewhere you will find a greedy individual seeking rent before a permission is given or a license is given. We cannot be in a denial mode. This, again, is very much associated with the functioning in many places of the various institutions which are authorized to give some of the clearances or the various permissions that you people need. This is where the system not only has to continue to become more efficient, but also to ensure that we provide services to our businesses which are appreciated and which help in improving our own profile nationally and globally as an investor-friendly destination which we are. But that is where the entrepreneurship of this country came to the fore, that we have to believe in ourselves to achieve something which is bigger. The same thing happened in your sector. I remember the debate, and even last year there was this discussion and debate, particularly when we took some major policy decisions to create integrated value chains, to address the issue of post-harvest management of our crops, particularly the perishables, fruits and vegetables, considering the fact that India is the largest dairy producer in the world, as we all know, second largest food producer, and second largest again in fruits and vegetables. But in fruits and vegetables in particular, though we are growing our presence in global markets as a major agri-exporter of the world today, which we were not until a few years ago. But the post-harvest losses are close to 35%. They were 40% few years ago. These are conservative estimates because of the lack of infrastructure. It's an exploitative system where the farmers do not get the remunerative prices. There are crop failures. There's large parts of our country where you're dependent on monsoons, where lands are not fully irrigated. Though as a country we may be smaller in size than China, but we have more arable land than China. In this particular industry, when we had the Pizza Hut, the Kentucky Fried Chickens, the McDonald's coming, there was a huge uproar. Many of you would recall, most of you will not. Some of you are very young. There were demonstrations, some of these outlets got attacked. The same happened when organized Indian retail came. Whether the Bharti Fresh or the Reliance Fresh or the others, the Bayanis and the Birlas stepped into organized retail, that what will happen to your corner shop, what will happen to your sabziwala, you are going to make them jobless. That has not happened. Even today that 96% of the retail in India is with the small retailer. Organized retail is only 4%. So this is what has happened, and this will continue to happen in this country. I have no doubt that if you people are more organized, if you ensure that there is dissemination of information, also the issues which need to be taken up with the concerned authorities or with the government. I am a passionate advocate of simplification and rationalization when it comes to investments, businesses, and something which we have done over a period of time. And we will definitely look into what has been said as far as the restaurant industry is concerned and see what measures can be recommended to the other ministries, other nodal agencies, which will address some of the problems that you have. Some of the problems only fresh or new mindsets can change, which nobody can when it comes to individual conduct or behavior. But yet, together we have to make that effort, and I can assure you that though this industry is primarily linked to the local authorities, in the towns, Mufassil towns, big cities, state governments, but if there are decisions which are within the jurisdiction of the Government of India, we will seriously look at that and do whatever is possible. And I did ask a question. I said, you tell me, how many restaurants are there in India? Nobody knows. Even if you try, because the number is so huge. Same is the case, you would be doing some research on the dhabas, but it's again the same. It cannot be documented or listed, but to some extent it will happen once you come out with these reports and directories. And that would also help the tourists, domestic tourists and foreign tourists, who are coming to India more and more. And there was a time there was no directory. We didn't have proper maps, just, those folding maps. But now you have proper A to Z, you have proper directories, restaurant directories, hotel directories. And that does make it easier when you go to a new town, new place, whether in our country or anywhere. I do not know whether you are thinking of one or whether you have a comprehensive directory, but if you don't have, please bring out one. It will help everyone. Lastly, is the issue of how we treat our guests from abroad, particularly those who are very curious to know more about us. As our economy is growing, as we are more connected by technology, as India's profile again is being recognized and is respected in the world, we have to see that those who visit us are treated well, and when they go back, they carry happy images and positive impressions. Thank you.